Well, hello, my beautiful YouTube family. Last we left off, we started this pantry makeover. Everything is still for literally free, $0. We're using all old material or anything we have on hand, and we executed the left-hand side of that sketch, like making and reusing that pantry. Now we're going to move over to making the fridge look like cabinetry, which I only thought you could do if you had a panel-ready fridge. Well, Erin taught me a thing or two, and we're going to show you how you can do it to any fridge. Shocker, we started by burning and scraping some wood because that's the name of the game right now on a budget. Until we do like our dream renovation years from now, we're just making a house at home with what we got. Through this process, I really just kind of leaned into Erin as I have been because this is all new to me. I have never built a fridge cover. I wouldn't even know how to properly install it, knowing the depths going into the fridge. And so I just kind of sat back and watched Erin's brain unfold because he also has wanted to do this to any fridge and kind of see like if his plan could be actually executed. So he started with making the door handle for the fridge and the freezer. And what I loved is just the little moments of curves that we've been adding, and he continued that throughout the handle. We thought we were going to keep this big round dowel as the full handle that you would grab, but then we decided to just cut it in half to add a little bit more uniqueness, and it doesn't really need to be that bulky. It was kind of intense. Similar to the credenza that we built out with the records and such, how we latched those together with smaller pieces of wood, that is what we're doing to make the material that we have on hand work. So we cut it down to size to just be a little bit over what our fridge and freezer is to make it as snug as possible, because we're actually going to be drilling from like the outside of the frame, the cover, into the physical fridge, which made me a little nervous. I was like, what do you mean? How does that not compromise anything? As far as the handle goes, since it's all wood, we are drilling from the back and into the handle with some wood glue just to make it nice and snug. I'm going to bring you in on a closer angle just so you can see how everything is assembled, but obviously your fridge is going to be different measurements than ours. Essentially, you just want the front two pieces to go a little bit over your width of your fridge, and then those side pieces are going to be the depth that are hiding that white that we are trying to get rid of. And the other trim pieces are more just for aesthetics and also to hold the boards together, but more so aesthetics. And we're coming in from the back again because we don't want you to see the screws. But if you wanted to see the screws, just drill them on through the front. What I always say is really fun about this process, but more so lately with Erin, like we are just getting in such sync that if he's doing something that I cannot, I'm doing something that's just going to help us move forward in a quicker way. So it's nice to divide and conquer, but it's also interesting to like let go of being the one that does everything and fully accepting help, and also just learning from someone in a very long time. I have not been able to learn new skills in so long. We decided to carry that like little piece of trim over on basically what's going to become like the right hand side wall of the fridge, so you don't see any of the white, and it's also going to hold up a shelf above the fridge, so it's like a little sleeve for it to tuck into. I am so grateful to yet again be partnering with our family over at Maev, who you know is my #1 go-to for the pups around here. Maev is a human-grade whole ingredient food for dogs made with real food you can recognize the moment you open the bag, and fun fact, it gets delivered directly to your door. Every single bowl starts with premium proteins like beef or chicken combined with fresh fruits and vegetables such as blueberries, kale, green beans, zucchini, and potatoes. No fillers, no additives, nothing artificial, just real food that delivers real results. The boys have been on it for quite some time now, and the main reason I put it on was honestly healthy weight maintenance for my older dude Blaze, softer and shinier coats with the heat and all the weather changes here in the desert, and the reduced itching and scratching. If you head on over to Maev, you're going to answer a couple questions about your dog. You're going to build out your dog's plan by choosing the protein, the portion, and delivery frequency. It's going to be delivered frozen to your door, and you can choose to feed it frozen like I do, or you can even thaw it out, warm it up for senior pups. It's also built to change with your dog, so you can pause, cancel, or modify your subscription at any time. If you want to check out Maev for yourself and for your pups, you can actually click the link in my description box. You can scan the QR code that's popping up here and just learn more about Maev and introduce it to your dog family. As I mentioned before, like I had no idea that you could do this to any fridge. And Aaron let me know that there's basically like foam in between the door and the actual inside that you wouldn't hit and compromise the fridge with. So we're literally tapping into the sides of the fridge. Maybe that seems obvious to people, but that didn't to me for some reason. Are you happy?
It's insane.
Look at that. Once we had the doors installed, we went ahead and added the finish to it before we added the sleeve that's going to go around the fridge, because obviously we're just building the doors that are capping the fridge and the freezer, and then we built that sleeve to go around the fridge, not actually attached to it some more, because you want it to have some ventilation. As far as how that little sleeve is installed, there's a ledger that has the shelf, and then it just attaches directly in onto the right hand side of the shelf, and we went in and used some concrete screws to put some L brackets in the ground to make sure that that wall doesn't shift back and forth, and also that fridge will stay nice and tight. Now, we're still just having fun with the drape rods. Aaron taught me how to cut down a curve with a saw, and I never had a chance to do it. So I took this opportunity to just make some little tiny curved dowels and then asked for his help to kind of figure out a way to slide the metal round dowel in. And then he suggested adding a like screw stop to the top of it, which was nice. So I'm just gonna let you guys see that little detail play out. Someone commented that this was a 0 to hero makeover, and once the fridge cover was installed, that truly is exactly what it is. It is so crazy to go from like a lifeless corner to a functional and very lifeful moment of the house, and it's like something we use all of the time. This was just a little bonus side quest after the fact, because walking out to this slider and looking at this patio just got both Aaron and I cringing. So I decided to take apart the old like plumbing covers and try to sleek them up a bit, and then we wanted to turn this corner into something that's like beautiful to look at after you're like turning to the right after using a beautiful fridge. I do not have an issue with what we call thorns, these desert antelope squirrels. What I do have an issue with is the rodent infestation because of all the farm life that we have. So we have to go the extra mile and like trench down and chicken wire and put, dried cactus to kind of fortify against them getting under the slab or getting into the plumbing and eating the foam or what have you. It's just crazy how many extra steps up until, the feral cats get released in hopes to help us with that issue at night. It's just a gnarly extra step to take. We cut down some new siding that matched the house and just burnt it, and now this will fade because I'm not adding finish to it, but I just wanted to give it some kind of a refresh, and also it will make the rust and the green pop that we're going to be adding on top of this bench. But in order to add that weight of all the planters, adding those ledgers is key, because if you just had those middle supports, ain't no way it could support it. Something that I find insanely fun, and Aaron and I have been talking about this a lot lately, is all of the projects that we did last year are kind of allowing us to move clothes in and really fine-tune parts of the property that we can actually enjoy and don't have to revisit for a second. So one thing we learned was in this horse hall how the rats just demolished those cactus. So we cut those down because we are going to rehab, and then we moved those planters actually over here because they get too much sun, they get too hot in the summer in the meadows. So we said, why not add more green to the patio? This little hallway though is where we're going to turn the corner and work our way to next to build the patio in the next episode. So it's kind of fun how everything kind of trickles into one another. Something else to note is like Aaron and I are new to these plants that we're planting in here. So we kind of play everything by ear as we get to know them. So these will probably end up moving. This might become more of like a flower or a veggie garden that doesn't need as much sun. But for now, this is way better to look at than what was there before. It's funny I say we're closing in, but I feel like the more projects that Aaron and I complete, there's like more potential for other spaces to be explored that we haven't had an opportunity, like this patio. So I love it all. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming back every week. I will see you soon for another DIY.